Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back for another episode of the Cavern Kings beta Let's Play. This is version again 25.4. We're gonna go in for another round and see if we can make anything else exciting happen. I think I had a fun time using the alien extraterrestrial character, so let's try him. I think I've done him already, right? I'm pretty sure I've tried this character before, but we're gonna jump a little bit higher. That might be to our detriment. I'm pretty sure I remember jumping into the crushing down ceiling a couple of times. Let's see if we can just not do that today. So we got a saw blade, first of all. Saw blade, kinetic fist. Not my favorite combination, but you know, we can't always get what we want. Although maybe there is a chance that we can always get what we want in the future. I've heard tell that there might be a patch coming out soon that might allow us to actually choose our starting items, which I think will be an interesting and strange development. At least strange in, you know, retrospect from what we're used to at this point, considering I played quite a few hours of Cavern Kings at this point, and they're all governed by a little bit of RNG right at the start, as I'm sure you all know. Ooh, that was a nice big explosion there to start us off. And we're doing pretty well on the leveling front. We're almost to level 3, of course, on our very first floor. Not going to argue about that. Might as well farm these guys out for just another second or two before we head on down. So, potential for some good things to happen, of course, with the saw blade, in that it is one of the few items that can sit in place and just do perpetual damage to enemies. So I'm going to try and not do exactly what I just... Oh my god, really? Just fall through the floor. Okay, so the throwing has already begun. I barely only started here. But that was a little regrettable. Well, on the upside, I don't think there was a lot going on that floor, unless I just was too concerned with what else was going on, which was me falling through. Let's just see if we can resurrect a little bit of goodwill here. So let's head over to the top right corner, perhaps make our way up to that box and see if there might be some delicious money inside, which I would be a little surprised if there was not. And again, one of the nice things about the saw blade, boxes are not so much an issue. Wondering what happened to that worm. It just kind of vanished off the side of the screen there and then came up through the bottom. Alright, so I guess it just kind of like fragged itself on the saw blades of the ceiling. I'm okay with this. Are you okay with this? I'm okay with this. Hope you are too. So we're gonna just kind of wait for this little bit of gemmery to fall down, and then we're just gonna head on down. No reason to spend too long. Okay, so we've got a champion worm, first thing here, who of course is not going to fall in this small space of time that I've got to do some damage to it. So how are we going to get up to this golden chest here? Well, we're just going to use our special alien abilities and hope that the saw blade, yeah, cuts right into it, right through it like butter. Feels good, man. All right, let's try this one. A little bit more money there. Watch out. Got a pretty angry looking bomb. And we're going to make our way up again. There's not really a lot happening in the way of items, it looks like, for this run. We're really still sitting on pretty much default everything right now. Oh, wow. I can't believe that didn't kill me, to be perfectly honest. I basically shot myself right into the ceiling. I really should have expected that to happen when I jumped. Alright. All the money's gone. Let's go. This looks like another potential... Oh, God. Don't do it. Oh, my God. What just happened there? Did it just really obliterate the chest and everything that I hold dear? Just kind of just threw it off the bottom of the screen, didn't it? Well, that's a real disappointment. It looks like we're not going to be doing a whole lot on this floor. I will try and grab this eye character up from here, or maybe we'll just, you know, explode all of that stuff and hope for the best. What do I really have going for me in this run so far? I've got a homesick shard. That's pretty much it. That's the whole story. That's the beginning, the middle, and the end right there. We're just going to wait and hope that a few more of these enemies might jump to their deaths while I am trying to bide my time here. Not much else really to do, but hope we can maybe get some more experience. One more wave? No? We're pretty much good then. Okay. Well, we've got another treasure chest here with a missile expansion. Do appreciate a nice barrage of missiles on occasion here. Can't really argue with that. But we're pretty well behind, I think, where we should probably be at this point for a run to go in a reasonably successful direction. There's always the chance things could turn around on one particular floor. Oh, well, you know, Sullied Curpin, not a bad thing to find, especially for free. I'm getting pretty used to having to buy a lot of these things, so running into one of those for nothing. Hey, Piercing Oculus. The game is all of a sudden giving away items like it's nothing. Another double jump and a whole pile of health. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we're actually doing pretty well on money all of a sudden. As far as leveling, we're actually about to hit level 8, which is maybe a little bit behind where we should be, but not awful. And we're at full health. So actually, there's still some hope, I would say. Let's, like, scoot ourselves forward a little bit here. And what do we have in this lovely chest ahead of us? There we go. A whole bunch more money. And we do have a treasure over on the left, so we're going to go ahead in that direction. These rock bros can all kind of hang out together at the bottom if they'd like. And we've got another Homesick Shard to add up a little bit more passive damage. Again, who would be upset about passive damage? It's just a wonderful addition to our little armada that we're forming up. And that's kind of the goal of every run of Cavern Kings, is it not? Just build a little armada of passive damage and then hope that everything else just kind of dies around you as you move around trying to get from place to place. Looking for money and treasures and weapons and all kinds of goodies like that. Ideally, you want to create a situation where the game just really just plays itself. Kind of want to sit back and watch, you know, fold our legs and wait. And, you know, everything will just kind of work itself out. I would like to grab a little bit more of this money, but I think we're just going to head on down. We're just about 4,000 feet right now. Pop this sucker, a second missile expansion. Again, not a bad thing to find. Oh, and we've also got a Jin Zephyr Horn, which bolsters our melee attack speed. Not always a thing that I'm super happy to find when I'm using the pneumatic fist or the kinetic fist, but I don't know why I always go to pneumatic for some reason. That just seems like the way my mind takes me. You're gonna fall in that pit, aren't you? Oh no, you actually lived. Well, if you have the option to drop an item for me, I would appreciate that. Apparently, not so much, though. Missiles are doing some good work. I see them flying out and about. Anything else on this floor before we head on? Looks like pretty much not. We're on level 10 now. Again, a little bit behind where we should be. Probably a level 12 or 13, maybe, by here. But we're not super far away. And we're just going to kind of propel ourselves a little bit forward with our kinetic fist. Kind of just ran right into that saw blade. Not super psyched about that. Let's see if we can get something out of here. Nice little contained area for all the monies to disperse into that I don't really have to worry about losing stuff. And let's go over here to the right. And we've got another... Wait, another or the first Phoenix Pinion? I forget. I don't think I had Trail of Fire behind me a second ago, right? I'm off in another strange world, it seems. Alright, so let's clear out all of this stuff, make sure that block doesn't fall on me. It's a thing I've learned to worry about over time. And let's see what our exit strategy is going to be here. I would like a little bit more health. Oh, and I wouldn't mind, you know, more items ever, really, so might as well pick this up too. And it looks like we're about to go down. Oh, well, there goes an item that I'm not going to be able to get. And we're on a boss. Alright, let's do this. Apparently, I have a lot more damage than I expected to because that enemy died really easily. And I'm not entirely sure I understand why. So that charges our bullets while we're not shooting. That might synergize pretty nicely with our saw blade. In fact, I remember that it does, because I have had that before. So maybe all of that doom and gloom was for nothing. Maybe things are going to be just fine. And another black hole box. I keep thinking it's going to be Pandora's box. Different game. Different roguelike. Alright, down we go. And our music changes up, and we're going to get some big ol' saw blade action. Let's see if we can spiral this even further out of control, because this is actually feeling pretty good all of a sudden. Let's pop ourselves up here and just run into that worm several times. That's, you know, pretty good. Bigger damage, bigger bullets. Always a nice thing to find, especially when we're already charging them up for extra damage as it is. And not only is that good just for the additional damage, but honestly having a bigger hitbox is not a bad thing either. Just because there's so many enemies that try to swarm us later, it's nice to know that occasionally I'll be able to just kind of make my way and things will just work themselves out. I'm going to just let this stuff all rain on top of my head if possible. Maybe not possible, apparently. Maybe there was just an item in that. I didn't really get a good look at it, but nothing fell, so I'm going to assume that's what happened. And I guess we'll go down. Okay, would like to actually, yep, just grab that right off the bat. Always nice when you can make it nice and smooth like that as you fall in. Oh no, all this stuff! Crap. Well, that's not what I wanted to have happen at all. Maybe we could just take out this champion a little bit. There we go. Get a little nervous sometimes when the spacing is awfully awkward and I end up in a position... Oh, what are you? Melee attacks drain enemy health. Okay, I guess I should probably use some of those then, because draining enemy health is kind of one of my high priorities. I'm going to assume that if I'm draining it and it also mentions Dracul in the title of the item, I'm probably going to be gaining that health back. That would be probably a pretty safe assumption to make. And did I suck all of that energy into me? Well, I don't know, but something kind of damage boosted me off the screen. Very nice. And we're just going to shatter all those worms through the air into little bits and pieces. See what's in this treasure chest over here. There's also one up there. Oh, another Sully Curapan. And I've got so much in the monetary department that I may as well just dig right in. What are you? Mole's Orchid, destroy trains when other spawns health. Okay. Never gonna complain about extra health potential, especially when I panic at the end and I need it. Oh god, spikes there. Okay, something may have changed, because those spikes did not just ruin my whole life. Like, usually when I see a spike, it's like, alright, you touch that spike, prepare to pay with everything that you've held dear for your whole life, and your entire universe will end. Oh, what is this? Golem's core shield explodes after taking damage. Lovely! I like having shields, and I don't like taking damage, but I'm sure it'll happen anyway. What are you? Phantom Missile. Dying enemies release vengeful spirits. That's an entirely new item, isn't it? And Flashbang, randomly fling a grenade that stuns enemies. Oh man, we're getting all kinds of good stuff going on right now. Synergies are off the freaking hook. Who would have thought this run started so humbly and without much pretense in a positive direction, so now all of a sudden, I'm feeling a little bit confident. That's a dangerous path, by the way. I should never be confident when I play a video game. Always leads to disaster, as I'm sure you've seen if you've ever watched me play anything by now. Alright, where is this going? Oh, I don't like that block, and I don't like where it's headed. So I'm going to go under it, and I'm going to go over here, so we can check out what's in this. Another Jin Zephyr Horn. Let's start digging, because I don't like sticking around up there. We've got a fancy chest. It looks like we are entering fancy chest zone. And later. Okay, I mean, I was going to use that, but the game decided it had other plans for me. That's okay. I can't control everything that happens. I wish I could. Try to. Oh, scatter shot. More bullets. Love it. Now, does that charge? Let's just not fire for a second and see what happens. Okay, it looks like they don't get as mass... Oh, you. Hello. Hello, buddy. I'm a little terrified. Oh, you die very easily. What's up with that? I was actually truly expecting that enemy would wreck my life. Because, you know, it's rather intimidating looking, as I'm sure you've noticed. It's quite large in size. And it moves in a way that I can't quite counteract very well. Sometimes it can actually kind of isolate you to one part of the screen. You just kind of have to sit there and take damage. So, thankfully that was not the case. That time, anyway. And opening this, we get a Vigor Beetle. Killing enemies increases max health. Always sounds like such a promising item until I actually put it into execution. And the amount of max health that I get increased by it is so minimal that it almost doesn't even register on the radar at all. In fact, has it even... I don't see anything has changed actually at all. Well, let's get into one of these and hopefully get some health. Nope. No health there. Oh, I did gain 1. Okay, so it's an extremely small bonus that we get from all of that. I would like to get over to that gold chest. I think we're just gonna... or gold box. I think I'm just gonna let that go, though. Unless it can kind of fall over here in a useful direction. I don't see a very good way to get over to that without getting myself spiked. Which is a pretty high priority to not do. So let's keep going. Is there I think there's another boss coming up fairly soon, so maybe we can make the best out of that. And what do we have in here? A whole bunch of health, right? I think there was a little bit, right? I kind of looked and glanced just before. Oh no. Guys, I don't know what you're doing with this ground falling away, but I really like to stand on things occasionally. Well, alright, again, can't really help everything that happens here. So we got a Wind Leaf, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling like we've gotten just about, like, one of every item that exists in this game, which is a nice feeling. Just wrecked that worm. And my health is actually full, and we're actually up to 169 health, which is another nice thing that I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to appreciate a little bit. We're actually on track for what could be one of our best and most progress-oriented runs so far, I'd say. Another black hole box. My magnetism should be off the damn charts. Ladies should be lining up. Alright, let's go. I don't want to actually stick around for this. Is this not a boss yet? Okay, this is the last floor. Let's just go loot this chest out. Oh my god, look at the way the money is suctioning over to me. It's fantastic. It's like it's kind of as if like I'm Nintendo Corporation and I just released a new handheld, and then this is just the way the money attracts to me. That's why they do that like every year, you know. Anyway, not gonna get down that road. I think we're just gonna leave before this ends up getting ugly. And it looks like it's getting ugly. Okay, well, we got out. Now, is this guy gonna be on this? Okay. Well, we just unlocked the drill cannon, so there's a thing. I was just about to ask, is this guy gonna be on the same level as the last worm boss that we fought? And apparently he's not all that much harder, so good news, guys. We might be on the path to greatness. I wonder if Vine now has balanced the game too far in the other direction again. I don't know. Maybe occasionally you just get a good run, too, so there is that to factor in as well. So we're at 182 health. Let's go on to the next floor, where it is completely dark. I've never seen a floor like this before. I don't like it. Not a fan. Do I have to also, like, get a key here or something? Because if that's the case, we're going to have an interesting time. How do I live, first of all? I guess I'm thankful that I'm shooting missiles everywhere, and I'm getting health. I don't really want to stick around in this place, though. Oh my god, there's so many items. It's like the equivalent of the Dark Realm in Spelunky. Oh, what are you? Like a weird box golem. I like the box golem. He's a cool guy. Let's blow up that. Oh my god, I can't even tell what's happening right now. This is ridiculous. I should probably leave. I see that we do have a saw blade slowly lowering. That's bound to happen pretty much every floor, as far as I'm aware. Oh, good. Okay, we've got some lights again. That would have been a real problem if that just stays that way indefinitely. I would doubt that that would be a thing, but you never know. I've never been to these realms of danger and terror, such as the 11,000 mark. Should probably bust into that chest in a second here, but it looks like we got a few more box golems to fight off. And a little bit of extra missile power. Never did anybody any harm. Where is this run gonna end, guys? I'm really excited to know. You get the added benefit of being able to see how much of this run is left by looking at your timeline bar at the bottom of the video. I don't have that. This is all happening in real time for me. Oh, got a champion version of the box golem. Dropped a little bit of Dracul blood. And I should probably start thinking about ditching before we get into hotter water than this. Okay, dig, dig. Excuse me? What on earth did that? I was fine. Something just showed up and wrecked my whole life in one move. What happened to the shield that was going to dissipate and then cause things to take damage so I didn't die instantly? I guess so much for that whole thing, huh? Well, that's ridiculous. I really thought we were going to be alive for a lot longer than that. Jeez. Well, I guess that's my new record then. What were we at? 11,508 feet. Score of 75,039. That was a 17-minute run. We got to level 16. I don't know what the money counter does exactly because it says 0 there. I'm pretty sure it's just not working properly. 484 kills. I think that's more like it because I've seen runs in the past where I think it said like several thousand or something. That counter might have been broken as well. Damage dealt 62,937. Damage taken 954. I wonder if there's like an achievement you can unlock for getting a certain amount of damage. Man, I can't wait to look back and see what exactly happened there. I think something like rushed across the screen and just stood on top of me. And then because this game has like very little in the way of iframes, I just took all the damage at once and just instantly died. Which I think is a thing that's very frustrating and unfulfilling and unsatisfying. And I hope that that isn't actually what happened. Maybe I'm wrong. And you guys can look at it too, and, you know, we'll all figure it out together, but that was a real shame to have the run end that abruptly, especially when I had all these new items and things were really starting to come together and felt synergistically quite positive. Man, what a shame. Anyway, that's been another episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be more Cavern Kings, of course, in the future. If you enjoy this series, make sure you do leave a like to let me know, because I do appreciate that very much, and it keeps the series going with some forward momentum. I will be back as soon as possible with another one, hopefully an even better run than this. So I look forward to bringing that, and I hope you have a lovely night. Talk to y'all soon.